Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most interesting characters in the game, and what I believe is might be the winner for the best top laner in the current game. It's Buzzswole. Now this Pokemon, it stirs itself on the ability to win lane, to dominate the game, to be just one of the most oppressive Pokemon that has ever existed in Pokemon Unite. We're going to talk a little bit about it in the video. Now before we start, of course, as always, leave a like, sub to the channel, and of course leave a deep comment about what you hate and love about Buzzswole. I'd love to hear your feedback. Alright, let's get started. We're going to talk today about Buzzswole, what it does as a Pokemon, like what its end goal is, and why is it so good in the meta right now. Like, this is the king of top lane. I'm telling you guys, it's a fact. You'll see it played in all the tournaments. You're going to see it dominate the games in easy fashion, and there's a good reason why. This Pokemon, like, okay, let's break it down. You have one of the most tremendous secures in the game in Felstinger to start. And not only to add to that, but you have such a tremendous lane presence and power with the muscle gauge. Of course, we're going to break this all down and like explain to you how you can use Buzzswole to win a few more of your games. But for the meantime, if you haven't played Buzzswole yet, this Pokemon, it essentially works around the idea that, okay, you build your muscle gauge and then you attack them doing full damage when you hit someone. You can just see here, I half shot the Zeraora, get the kill, and then I get like this massive boost attack. So Buzzswole, it's a very snowballing character. It feels like when you start getting ahead and getting kills and getting ahead in the game, it is very, very powerful. It's very hard to stop. It's super good at just, putting your opponents behind and keeping them behind. And it's a very interesting thing for Buzzswole because it's got a lot of CC as well. So when you have Pokemon with a lot of CC, it's just naturally going to make it worse for your opponents when you do a lot of damage too. And as you can see, like, the amount of crowd control you have on Buzzswole, it's a little bit too good. Like, you can just see, like, this poor Greedy can't even play the game, just throwing it around wherever I want. I can do anything I want on Buzzswole. And now I'm just going to grab Pikachu, slam onto Greedy. It should be a double kill here. Oh, okay, we just missed it. Going back to the main point, yeah, so what does Buzzswole do? Well, you have this amazing lane phase that we just talked about. Now, furthermore, you have all this crowd control that we've been talking about. Now, this is really good at disabling speedsters, which are really, like, common in the game. And more than that, it's actually really good at chain stunning backliners. Like, you have a lot of secret engage on Buzzswole and a lot of peel. And I think, like, in comparative to, like, the other top laners in the game right now, like, what, only Blastoise can really match you? And, like, that's insane. Like, you can just see that nice eject trick. Boom, Pikachu, back to where you came from, back to the Nurse Joy's Pokemon Center. You ain't got a chance. This Pokemon is so oppressive. You can just watch from the gameplay. It's just like when you get ahead, like, they can't really do much. Like, you just start grabbing them and tossing them around. It's like a full domination type thing. So, very good Pokemon to learn, very good Pokemon to play. So, what would be some tips that we would want to use while playing it? Well, of course, you want to try grab the enemy team and then use them to KO the farm or the wild Pokemon. Like, that's really effective. It not only immobilizes them from making a secure attempt, but also just generally puts them down in their health bar. And like, when you nuke them in the health bar, and you also just, of course, like, just look at this. It's just actually just unplayable against. Oh, wow, it's insane. Okay, I missed that kill. Wow. Okay. So something else to talk about with Buzzswole is this muscle gauge. And you might have seen this like red bar underneath my health bar. Basically, it means that for as long as I'm attacking another Pokemon, I get bonus attack and attack damage. Like, from the closer it is to full up, and the closer it is to full bar, I get extra damage too on all my abilities. So when I just do this on this guy for nothing, I don't do too much damage. But if I had a full bar, okay, I'm just gonna get outplayed here. Wild Charge Zeraora, guys, actually broken. Now, but yeah, so a lot of how this Pokemon works is it's really based around this main idea of being able to just dominate the lane phase and dominate the game from there. So Buzzswole feels like a very dominant Pokemon in the game, and it is a big competitor against the other Pokemon that you're going to go and be up against. So if you're playing Buzzswole, some tips, of course, as I was saying with the farm and, grabbing the enemy Pokemon. It's also using Smackdown creatively. You can use this and combine this with the eject button a lot of times to find like high impact ability. Like, I think the other moveset on Buzzswole is really bad. You shouldn't run it in comparison to what the Superpower and Smackdown can do. They're just so powerful, they're so good, and they give you so much value for what you want in Pokemon Unite. There's no way we lose this. Okay, I get it with auto attack. And that's just once again, the power of Buzzswole. Like, you have this max range muscle gauge, and like, so that red bar, right? And once you get that on full, you can pretty much auto attack any Pokemon to death. Bit overpowered, but yeah, okay. Wow, nice eject. Oh, come here, Pikachu. Boom. Yeah, knock you over there, buddy. Good night, good night. As you can see, yeah, Buzzswole, a lot of fun. A lot of CC, a lot of mobility, just pushing and throwing and doing whatever you want. It does give a lot of impact into the game as well, because you're going to be able to like crowd chain the enemy team and also like move the targets. Displacement is really underrated in Pokemon Unite. Like abilities like Blastoise's Surf and Buzzwole's Grab are really, really broken when you can use them correctly, because you can just basically push your opponents to like areas where they're funneled together and they don't get a real say in that action. As we know, and like as I talked about in many different videos, the moves that allow us to move differently and like move out. Oh my goodness! Wow, I'm just monster engaged here, knocked around, boom. Sorry about the mix of commentating, but this is just so wonderful. Oh, go away, Metagross, back to the spawn pad, and just like that's what Buzzswole does. You are picking up people, and you're like a WWE wrestling champion. I'm just boom, Pikachu back into the Delphox Unite move. There is no running away for you, buddy. And I get to get out here. No, okay. They're all surrounding me. They hate me. They want me. I'm going to die. It's okay to die. Zero is overpowered, clearly. But yeah, you can see this is a very fun character. I do think it's the king of top lane. I've given some pretty good reasons as to why I believe it's like one of the hardest to contest. Now, of course, there are other Pokemon which are very valid and strong at this current moment, but I want you to think about what Buzzswole does overall. I feel like in terms of a skill cap and delivering like an end result, Buzzswole has like some of the highest impact at actually shutting down enemies. And if you're a really good player, or you believe that you can really carry a team or shut down, like, you know, getting ahead early, Buzzswole is definitely a character for you. So, yeah, if you want to be the king of your game, or, you know, queen, or whatever, Buzzswole is definitely something worth trying. Like, you can just see this damage is absurd. It's a, like, ability to just impact the game in many different ways. Okay, we're going to get out here? Oh, we do. Clefable Healing's overpowered. But, yeah, Buzzswole, definitely a character to try if you haven't tried already. He's just so good. Talking a little bit more about Buzzswole, like I do think this character does deserve a nerf, and like for the reasons I stated, you have too much CC, too much lane power, and like your amount of like displacement as well. The CC type you have is so good; it's just too good, in fact. And having good CC in Pokemon Unite is like, I don't know, like being enhanced, like superhuman, basically. Your Pokemon, so. It's really hard to match Pokemon which have really good CC type forms. A good example of this is like Slowbro. Having the Bound move on the Unite move, it's just so overpowered. It's really hard to match. There's no other Pokemon like it. And that's why it single-handedly makes Slowbro a really good Pokemon. And in this case, having this type of CC and displacement and Smackdown and Superpower and getting a reset of Superpower as well, it's just so overpowered. If the Unite move was a tiny bit better on Buzzswole, I think for sure it would be one of the best Pokemon we've ever seen. It definitely is the king of top lane right now. I think the other Pokemon are quite good still, like Leafeon, Blastoise, Metagross even. Not too sure about it yet. I think Metagross is a better suited in jungle, but you can just see, like, just look, oh my, smack him down, grab that guy, boom, see you later, buddies. Pikachu, you came through the wrong portal. Oh yeah, punch him back into the team. Back you go. Adios, amigo. And it's so good. And just there, the FF comes out. Amazing. King of top lane, guys. I just forced the FF, forced the game. It's definitely a character to try if you're enjoying these characters that do a dominant performance in top lane. And you can definitely see from this kind of gameplay how much impact you can have in the early game to the late game if you play the game right. Of course, I'm making a million mistakes here, of course, as usual. But it's something to definitely try. And I think you guys will definitely enjoy giving Buzzswole a few goes. Now, of course, if you love this type of video, please let me know. Tell me in the comments what would you like to see improved, or, you know, some fun facts about Buzzswole, or like whatever you want to play next. 103k damage, not my best, but definitely not a bad one. For a game that I can't damage farm in, pretty damn good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, sub, like, comment, all for the algorithm. Let's just go and hit a great day today. Bye-bye, gamers.